Well, welcome back to Movie Community College. I am the Professor Jeremy Bowling, aka Cementer Beaches, and I just finished the movie Mary Con. I gotta say, the idea of the movie was good. It's a true story. I like true stories. We see the story start with Mary as a little girl. Well, let me back it up. We see the movie start with her in labor with the twins, and then they kind of use a series of flashbacks to fill us in on what is her story. And we see her as a little girl at a crash site finding a boxing glove or fire, some kind of disaster. And she picks up this boxing glove and she falls in love with boxing. She's a mouthy, rambunctious young woman who gets into a lot of fights. She fights boys a lot. And she's kind of got this whole thing, very angry young woman, it seems like, wanting to fight. She decides that she's going to train in boxing. That's what she wants to do. And she makes that long journey to the dojo or to the boxing arena or whatever you call it. There, she meets the old guy, Coach Sir, and he trains her after kind of making her watch and be patient and wait. And she's naturally gifted at this. She excels at her craft. She gets good. She fights. She gets part of the national boxing team. She wins championships. I think she wins 3 in a row. She meets a guy. She falls in love. She gets married. Coach Sir is pissed about this. Shuns her. Just like her dad shunned her early on when he wanted her not to go into boxing and he made her choose boxing or father. And she chose boxing. She has a family. She tries to be a stay-at-home mom. She tries to do these things. But the fight in her won't stop. Her husband finally realizes, you need to go back and fight. She tries to make a brief comeback. She beats a young Indian woman. The fix is in, though, and she loses it. She has a meltdown on the commissioner. Public meltdown. He says, basically, if you ever want to fight again, you got to apologize. Public apology. I want a written apology. She does that, and that fat, swarmy son of a bitch makes her stew for a whole day outside of his office. What a jerk. What a jerk. She's humiliated by him publicly. She goes on, she makes the team. And she gets to the title match for the gold medal. She gets a phone call right before the movie, or right before the match, from her husband, saying one of the twins is in surgery. He's got a hole in his heart. Mary is despondent. Completely despondent by this news. She has to now go fight for the champion. She's got to go fight that German woman, Sasha, that she met earlier. And Sasha is bad news, man. Sasha is bad news. Mary's head is not in the match. She's get pummeled, hit, struck, blow after blow. And they do an amazing job of showing us what is going on with her son in surgery, the baby. And watching Mary try to fight as the baby's fighting for its life. We see this symbiotic relationship between the two of them portrayed in such a dramatic way, in such an emotional way, where the baby flatlines, Mary's knocked down. The nation of India is crying for her to get up, Mary. Get up. And we watch this epic comeback of Mary pulling herself up, seeing the vision of her husband and the two babies, and reaching deep down inside for something. And she stands up and she fights. She fights for herself. She fights for her family. She fights for her nation. She fights for her babies. And she wins. The baby survives. We then see kind of a documentary style of what happens to Mary beyond this. She's crowned Magnificent Mary. She wins she's world champion 5 times. She competes in the Olympics, wins a bronze. She goes to Rio in 2016, wins a gold. Was going to go win a gold. Or that's the goal. I wasn't sure. This film is going to get my highest grade that I've ever given a film. This film possessed everything that Southpaw possessed it. The Rocky movies, Creed. Somebody who has a fight within him, determination, is willing to work hard and pursue a goal no matter what is in front of them. They continue on. Except in this case, it's a true story. It's not something that was made up. It's not some fictitious screenplay that some Bollywood writers made up. This is real life. That final fight scene where we see the symbiotic relationship between mom and her son played out. Outstanding. Outstanding. I think some things that I walk away from this movie with is the culture of India. I didn't realize how diverse it is. I didn't realize how much misogyny there is. And I have a new respect for people from India in this. How they were filled with pride for their nation. They wanted to represent their village well. They wanted to represent their family well. These qualities that were in this movie, watching Mary overcome the sexism, was something to behold. I don't think that this is just a great Bollywood movie. I think that this is a great movie, period. I give this movie my highest grade possible, an A+. Here at Movie Community College, I've never handed out an A+ before. This movie was life-changing. This movie was emotional. This movie was inspiring. And I think what we saw here was masterful storytelling, regardless of language barrier. the people who put this movie together, told a story in a magnificent way. They told a story that is able to connect with someone like myself, who is continents and oceans away, who does not speak the language. That was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal movie. I would encourage you, if you're a pale face like myself, here in the States, go watch the movie. Go to Netflix. You can find an international section in Netflix, and it's right there. Outstanding. Outstanding movie. I literally just finished it. Incredible. Well, that's going to conclude my movie review on Mary Com. I'd ask you, would you please subscribe to the channel? It would mean a lot to me. I want to thank all of my friends who are sharing all of these great movies for me and trailers for me to see and watch. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. And I just want to wish everybody peace and love to you and yours. Thank you.